Hello again and welcome to my channel. Okay, so we've just converted that code into one line. Now we have to do the same for all of this here. If I put a space between each one, you'll be able to see that they're all the same, apart from they've got minor differences. Okay, let's put a space here. That one's got break control, and apart from that, it's the same as the other ones. Now this one, we've got two buttons. I mean, just pay attention to this one, because the rest of them are the same. We've got two buttons, and on the number we got a class time, and then we got the number itself. So what it is, this will have to be passed in. Also, we'll have to put an event on here, an event on here, and we'll have to pass this in. Okay, so what it is, I don't want the video to run too long, so what I'm going to do is paste it all in. Now I'm going to call this class config, and it's going to be, how I do it is going to be similar to this, but obviously this one is a bit different because it's got a bit more controls on it. Okay, what is that? Yeah, there you go. Okay, now this one, let me just see. Can I bring this left? Oops, I spoiled it. Okay. Now this one has got two buttons on it. So I want to be able to tell which button has been pressed. So what I've done is on this one, if I go back to here and talk about it here, the button name, the name is width. So from that name width, I should be able to tell which that is the, because there's three buttons. From the name width, I should be able to tell which one was pressed. Also, that's a minus, so I've got to do something to distinguish it. And how I did it was, I call the button ID the prop name. So this one will be called width, and if it's minus, it will be, you add that to it. And then -1, you'll see why I've done that in a bit. Okay. And there's two on clicks on there, synthetic events. And then here, the class name here, I've just left it hard coded in. Okay, I don't need to use anything with that. And also the class name time, I haven't done anything with it. Now this is the number. I've changed it with a, on the class game config, when I use this props.num, that means I'm giving it an attribute of num. I'm sure you already know that by now. This props.name means it's getting the attribute of name, and I'll pass these things in. So what I'm going to do now is, this is finished, I'm going to go back to and I'm going to copy the edit. I'm going to copy the edit one, and I'm going to see if it works. All right. So all of that is going to be replaced with that, but I've just got to add the attributes on. Okay. I know name was one. Classes. Name and num. Okay, let's just make up a number. In fact, it's going to be 7. The name is width. WIDTH. And classes will be the same as this. And as you can see, that button's there. If I click it, it's even working as well. So can you see what it spits out when I press on it? When I press the minus, it's got width, so it tells me that the width has been pressed. And it's also got -1, that tells me that minus is being pressed. And if I do plus, it's got width, and it's also got 1. Okay, separated by them 2 characters. So all I have to do now is replace all the others. There's 1, 2, there's quite a few of them, so I have to replace all of them. So I'll do exactly what I did before, and I'm going to call this one set. The name, I could call it anything really. This dot underscore build set. Let's just call it build set. And it can't find it. When it can't find anything, it does that. If I put it under here, that'll be nice. So if I do that, I'm gonna do that. That should bring it back. Now I've got all the settings for that are required in my normal thing there. So that's the settings. It's gonna have them are the settings. That's the names and that's the num. Okay. So what else do I need? So now I'm gonna have to replace that. So what I'll do is return it's a bit like the other one. I'm going to use M. I could use model, but it's just wasting typing. Oops. And don't forget that. Now if I do that, I can just fit that in here. So classes will be M dot classes. Name will be M dot name. Number will be, so I'm giving it better names this time. M dot num. Now I've forgotten something that I should have added on the other one. When you do this, you're supposed to add a key. And it's just got to be something that's unique. On this one, the name the name is going to be unique. So I'm going to add it on here, and I'm going to also add it on here. And I'm thinking, what's going to be unique here? I'm going to make a bit of ID here. Key equals I can see where I made a mistake already. So that should be m dot ID, and that should be m dot name. So I need to do it on the other one I did as well. Build main GUI. This is the one that's going to need it more than the others. Still the truth. Okay, I haven't got a key on here. I'm going to put a key on here. Key equals model dot. So I know the CID. I know that that's always a unique key, so I'm going to use that for that. And I think that's it. Dimensions. Oh, that's something else. I forgot which one I was doing now. Okay, I was doing this. So build set is complete, but it's not working. Let me have a quick look why. Okay, setting, should be settings. Right, that seems ready to go. I still think there'll be something of it. But anyway, I'm going to. So what I have to do, all I have to do is put set in the right place. So what I'm going to do is, it's going to replace these three. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at the top. I'll just test it. And if 4 things come up, then 3 things come up, 3 extra things come up, then it's working. As you can see, lots of other things come up. So what it is, I can now remove all of them. I can also remove this. And let's just take away this space. All of a sudden we got a lot of space. Let's just take away that space. Right, so I can now look what it's doing. And that's the outer div. By the sounds of it, by the looks of things. And them two are together. Them two are together. No, them two are together. These two are together. Okay, that's good enough. Now I just have to test that. Okay, that works. So what I did is I gave it the name, and I gave it that little plus whatever. And as you can see, height. So I'm pressing the height. Line, I'm pressing line. Width, I'm pressing width. It's one of them ones where if it works on one, it will work on all of them. Because all of these are joined together. And the same with these two. So that is working. That is working. That is working. That is working. So it's just okay, but that's not finished yet because that one is more complicated than the other two. I've got to do one more thing to it. Now in JavaScript, there's a new function called the deconstructor. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna make these be small letters. Okay. So these are already set to the same as that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deconstruct this object, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Because what I want to do is where it says, normally I'd have to do this, let board. What I'd have to normally put here is this start state, that width. Then I'm going to put this start state, that height here, etc. But with the destructor, you can just do this. I'll show you what I can do. I can do that. I'm supposed to put a let in front of it. I'll do that afterwards, and I can do that. Let's put a let in front of it. And what that would do is to put all of them in variables. So now I can do this. So it's quite useful. Okay, so now I need to just test something. I need to test that the numbers are getting it from here. So I test it by changing that to 8. And that width should change to 8. Okay, so that's working. So as you can see, these three are controlled by them three, and the board is controlling the graphics. So this state thing is okay. Can you see what it's doing? It's controlling most of the board. Now, as you can see, whatever I click on now, it tells me I know exactly what I've clicked on. Another thing about this is, you may be thinking, okay, you put on click on so much things and you've done a loop. Like for instance, I could have 100 objects and each one's got an on click on it. So you might say, okay, that's not the best way to do it. However, what you must understand is, on click is not the JavaScript. It's not the JavaScript on click. What it is, it's called a synthetic event, meaning that it gets optimized on whatever, and whichever browser you use, it adjusts it to be, it adjusts it to the browser, so it gets the best experience and uses the least resources. So that's why when I first started using when I first started using React, I didn't like it. I thought it's a lot of rubbish because you have to put on click on everything. And then I read somewhere, then I realized that it's synthetic events, that's what they're called. So they're quite good. Now, one last thing I'm going to do is, because the width is now controlled here, I could argue that if the board is a width of 3, you can get 3 in a, the line, what I'm talking about, the line. I could argue that if you want 2 in a line, 3 in a line, if you want 4 in a line, then it's called Connect4. If you want 5 in a line, it's called Connect5. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bind them together. Is that what they call? Bind them together. If it was Angular, you'd say two-way binding. In fact, one way, but this is one-way binding. Okay, so I want that to do there. So what I'm gonna do is, the property for that is here. This starts. Okay, so all I have to do is I have to come all the way down here where it says Connect X. I can do some. What's it? It's handle. You could call it handlebars, but handlebars you'd have doubles like this. So it's not exactly a handlebar, but it's a similar kind of thing to handlebars. When you can just do this dot state dot line. So now, whenever you set this, well, obviously it's not working now because I haven't done nothing yet. But whenever you set that, it's going to also change that. So if you do it to 10, it will call it Connect 10. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Until next time, bye.